on Friday fight night. Two of the nation's best as super middleweight. Carl Froch won the Lonsdale belt. Now he wants to move up to world level.
Carl Froch makes an impact that will send shockwaves around the world.
Robin Reid won't be intimidated. He wants to finally add the British title to the world crown he won more than 10 years ago in Italy. Has he still got the power to compete with the best?
And Robin Reid, away from home, has caused a sensation.
Friday fight night comes live from the Nottingham Arena as Carl Froch defends his British super middleweight title against former world champion Robin Reid. Hi there, good evening. It's the start of a crucial phase in the career of Carl Froch. Defeat tonight could spell the end of his world title ambitions, and as we've seen recently on Friday fight night, when a Lonsdale belt's at stake, anything can happen. Nicky Piper and Johnny Nelson have been excited about this one for a long, long time. Coming later, a rising star of the lightweight division. John Murray is young, unbeaten and exciting. Tonight he bids for his first senior title. Will he be celebrating against the dangerous Dean Hickman, whose all-action style can be a real handful? We'll also be talking to another brilliant lightweight prospect, England's first ever world amateur champion, Frankie Gavin. And we're inside Ricky Hatton's training camp. The Hitman into the final month of preparation ahead of Floyd Mayweather, and he reckons the pretty boy will eat his words when he finds out the shape he's in.
He doesn't rate me, he doesn't think I've fought anyone, he doesn't think I'm in his class, he doesn't think I deserve to be in the same ring as him. What a shock to his system is going to be when he finds out that I do deserve to be in the same ring as him.
It's getting closer. Ricky Hatton against Floyd Mayweather. Special events on Sky Box Office. Starts Saturday, December the 8th at 11 p.m. For more information, call 08705 800 888. It's also available in HD. Two world-class fighters in our main event this evening. Carl Froch against Robin Reid. Here's Ed Robinson.
Carl Froch has his eye on world supremacy. But first, he must get past a man who's already been to the top. Former WBC champion Robin Reid.
I've been there, I've had a taste of it, and I know what it's like. I've been there several occasions, you know what I mean? I've fought for every world title there is.
I'm confident, fit and strong, and I'm just looking forward to doing a number on Reid and then stepping up to the next level.
Froch is one of our most exciting prospects, and so far, he's looked an exceptional talent.
And Carl Froch makes an impact that will send shockwaves around the world.
I've won the Commonwealth title, which I've recently vacated. I've won the British title. I've defended that 4 times, so I've won the Lonsdale belt outright. And I'm a force to be reckoned with on the world scene, I really am.
But Reid's seen and heard it all before.
I mean, no disrespect, but I'm here to do a job. Friday night is going to feel the wrath of Carl Froch.
And the veteran wants to add that famous Lonsdale belt to his impressive collection.
I've come to win the British title. You know, it means a lot to me. Like I say, I've got them world title belts at home, but it's a Lonsdale belt is what I want as well.
It's a major risk for the brash local hero.
The slip up at any stage is disastrous, but Robin Reid is getting hammered by Carl Froch, he really is.
Reid's only lost in top class, notably when he pushed Joe Calzaghe to the limit.
Oh, terrific shot. Reid shot at the fight. Right hand, and Calzaghe eats that up too.
And the self-styled Grim Reaper's still got that brutal equaliser.
Roundhouse right, senses scrambled.
My punches are heavy, thunderous punches. If one don't take you out, then he'll slowly wear you down.
It's quite simply the biggest test yet for the ultra-ambitious Froch.
I've got everything to gain, nothing to lose. I've been there, done it on the world scene. I'm here to beat Carl Froch. Hey, that's all I'm here to do.
I know for a fact I'm going to beat Reid, and I'd be very surprised if it goes a distance, I really will.
Always very, very confident is Carl Froch, but Nicky, there's a lot at stake for him tonight, is there not?
Oh yeah, I mean every fight for Carl Froch now is a world title fight. And believe me, if Robin Reid is back to good form, this is as good as a world title fight. You know, you can't lose in this sport. There's a right down the bottom of the pile. It's not like football. You have to win every one, otherwise you don't get your shot.
You can't take anything for granted, Johnny. We've seen in recent weeks on Friday Fight Night when British titles are at stake.
Everything's
at stake.
What an atmosphere here tonight as well. Robin Reid has competed in 8 world title fights. This guy's got experience and everything. If Froch takes him for granted, it's going to be the biggest mistake of his career. He cannot do that tonight.
Johnny, how can Froch win this?
Froch has got tremendous speed, and when he lets those shots go, this kid can pump them out like a piston. He's done it on many, many occasions, and once he senses blood, he doesn't let it go. He'll bring the uppercuts up, straight shots through. It's like a piston, like a machine, and he will not give up. And they're hurting, thudding shots as well.
Not only about his speed, he also hits the opposition in the right path.
Cracking accuracy is what has always worked for him. Finds it through the guard, finds it round the guard, with either hand, left or right, head or body. This kid can punch. This kid can find the target.
Is this the trademark shot for him?
Out of 17 knockouts, out of those 21 fights, this has been instrumental in all of those knockouts, and it's a cracking, strong shot.
What about the weaknesses then? Where could Reid get his chance?
When he's in close, his guard is low. Sometimes he goes to sleeping fight. Reid is a heavy-handed puncher, and if he clips him with shots like this, he'll get hurt and he will go down.
It relies then on the reflexes and his chin as well. He's 30 years of age. When does that start to become a problem? When do they start to go, those skills?
Yeah, he's 30 years of age, but he's a young, fresh fighter. He's only had 21 fights. He's still fresh, he's still active, and he's got maturity with it. So we've got a while to go before we see these senses slip.
I think one of his big problems tonight could be, though, overconfidence, you know, because he's such a confident man. But Reid, you know, if he's back on form, it's got a lot going for him.
Well, what exactly has he got going for him, Nicky?
Well, obviously, he's got a lot of power, you know, and especially with the right hand. Robin Reid is a big, big puncher. It's the right hook, and accuracy there is right on the chin. A lot of power. And against somebody like Carl Froch, who holds his left hand low, that could be, you know, a big weapon tonight. Yet to be seen. But look at the accuracy here too.
Great pedigree as well. We've talked about his 8 genuine world title shots, a great amateur career starting the Barcelona Olympics.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it goes back a long, long time now, and he's also, of course, beaten with Joe Kazaki, who's proving himself to be the #1 in the world. This was very, very close, and a lot of people thought that he won this in the night. It was that sort of fight. Mental strength, of course, you know, he's able to go into the, as he did in Italy there against Vincenzo Nardiello, and win the world title. He can do that, and he's going to have to do that tonight, because listen to the crowd here. You know, this is a big, big, intimidating atmosphere, but it won't affect him. His weakness, though, is his work rate, as we see here. He does tend to just go at one pace, and he'll need to up it tonight. He'll need to try and outwork Froch at times, especially if he can get him hurt, but listen to this.
Bring it on, said Robin Reid. He's getting jeers from this record-busting crowd at the Nottingham Arena. Nearly 5,500 tickets sold in advance. More tickets sold on the night as well, taking the crowd something round about the 6,000 mark. Your commentators will be Adam Smith and Jim Watt. First, our MC, Michael Pass.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Please welcome, making his entrance to the ring, the challenger, Robin the Reaper Man Reid.
He's been around boxing, mostly at the highest levels, both amateur and pro, for some 20 years now. 2 decades. But seen the amiable, but strong, tough, and exceedingly able Robin Reid reign as a world super middleweight champion for a while, and so very nearly burst the unbeaten bubbles of both Joe Calzaghe and the German favourite Sven Ocker. He is approaching 37. He was dismantled by Jeff Lacey and must prove he has something left now. He's been very confident, Jim, in the build-up, very fired up. Can he pull this off?
Well, it would be a massive upset, but if anybody can pull this off tonight, it is Robin Reid. He has a tremendous temperament for the big occasion because he's seen it and done it all before. Tremendous strength, power. He's experience he's picked up, and he knows how to annoy and frustrate opponents, and that's where he may score over Carl Froch, who's a little bit hot-headed at times and can be drawn into mistakes, but this guy has tremendous punching power. You've got to give him a shot.
And backstage, leaving with a famous hood that he likes to wear, Carl Froch, and what a reception he's going to get from this huge crowd in Nottingham.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, entering the building, the champion from Nottingham, Carl the Cobra Froch.
He certainly looks the part, and many believe the tall, talented, hard-hitting, ambitious and intelligent Carl Froch has the right blend of qualities to become Britain's next boxing star. He's got plenty of competition at the moment in what's rather boom time for our sport, but he's produced moments of sheer class and is very exciting to watch. No time to waste though, a few injuries, some inactivity. He needs to keep stamping out reminders, and this gym, with this sort of support, is a perfect platform.
Of course it is, and Carl is the one who's sold all the tickets tonight, so all the strain is on him to perform. But he's going to have to think patiently tonight. He can't afford to take chances against Reid. He can't react to the crowd, but he's a genuine world-class fighter coming to the peak of his game just at the right time. But he has to focus. We've seen him losing focus in fights, but I think he realises the importance. We're seeing a little bit of needle here. See, this is where Reid is so experienced, knows all the old tricks, how to annoy. He wants to annoy Froch. They come hot-headed, get him to lose his cool. Can't allow that to happen.
It's fascinating, this. Inside the ring, the two of them, so wound up. And here are the vital statistics. Robin Reid is old, he is giving away height and reach, both inside the 12-stone limit. But the experience, all those years with Robin Reid, he's been around so long, over double the fights, over double the rounds boxed, and both can bang 5 knockouts in a row now for Carl Froch. But watch Robin Reid's big right-hand counter.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hennessy Sports, in association with GoldenPalace.net, sponsored by Lifestyles, DCM and Alea Casinos, live and exclusive on Sky Sports Friday Fight Night, proudly present 12 3-minute rounds of boxing for the Super Middleweight Championship of Great Britain. The officials have been appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control, whose steward in charge at ringside this evening is Mr. Dave Roden. Timekeeper at the bell, Brian Heath. The 3 scoring judges at ringside for this championship contest are Howard Foster from Doncaster, Ian John Lewis from Gillingham, and Terry O'Connor from Birmingham. Finally, when the action commences, the star referee in charge of the action, Mr. Dave Paris from Edmonton. And so, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the boxers themselves. Firstly, the challenger this evening. Boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the black colored shorts trimmed with white. At the weigh-in yesterday, he scaled 11 stone, 13 and 1/4 pounds. He has an outstanding record consisting of 45 contests, 39 wins, 27 of those wins coming by way of knockout, only 5 defeats and 1 draw. He comes to the ring this evening as the former WBC Super Middleweight Champion of the World, presenting from Runcorn, Robin the Reaperman Reid. And opposing him, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the black coloured shorts trimmed with silver. At the weigh-in yesterday, he scaled 11 stone, 13 and a half pounds. He has a perfect, unblemished record consisting of 21 contests, 21 wins, 17 of those wins coming by way of knockout. He comes to the ring this evening as the former undefeated super middleweight champion of the Commonwealth. Tonight, he makes the fourth defense of his present crown, presenting the current super middleweight champion of Great Britain, from this great city of Nottingham, the undefeated Carl, the Cobra Froch. Mr. Dave Paris with his final instructions. 12 3-minute rounds.
I spoke to you both in the dressing, boys. You know what I expect of you. Punch with the knuckle part of the glove. If one of you goes down, the other go to the neutral corner. Break when I tell you to. Defend yourself at all times. Shake hands, boys. Good luck to you both.
It's electric in here. Feels like a world title fight atmosphere. Interesting domestic 12-stone matchup. British champion Carl Froch defending his crown for the 4th time against many people's old favourite, Robin Reid, who bypassed the Lonsdale belt when he was on top of the world in the late 90s. He's desperate for that coveted title, but is it too late? Carl Froch, the emerging force. How will this unfold? How much respect, Jim, will they have for each other?
Well, I must say, I get the impression that Froch was very respectful. He got his point across, as he always does. I like the way Carl Froch puts himself on the line before every fight, and he's done that again tonight. But he does seem respectful, and I think he'll be wary of the power. I mean, Reid boxed badly against Brian McGee, but still scored 4 knockdowns in that fight. So he has power that has to be respected, and the early signs here are that Froch fully respects that. He's thinking things out at the moment.
27 knockouts through his long career, Reid. Most important one when he went to Milan and stopped Nardiello. Terrific win that on foreign soil, but 10 years on, what is left in the tank, in the makeup of Reid, and the ambition as well.
I think he's adapted his style. He's 36 now, obviously can't fight the same way he did when he was 26. But I think things will suit him tonight because all the onus is on Froch to perform. He's sold most of the tickets here. You can hear them when they come into the ring, the reception he got. So I think Reid will try to frustrate him, annoy him, play with his head and try and get him to lose his cool. And just pot shot, get the powerful pot shots every chance he gets.
With the old tricks that he's learned. Froch tries to establish the jab, which is a good weapon for him. That's 6'1" with a 76-inch reach. And that right over the top. Look for the uppercut too. Reid complains already to Dave Paris. Bit of a swelling under the left eye already for the challenger.
Couple of solid right hands up close there from Froch. Reid is usually good at spoiling up close, but they're not managing it here.
Some of the body shot, Reid. Froch will want to keep him at range for the first couple of rounds. So he's going to ease into this and then dismantle and take out Reid in fashion.
Yep, he's just keeping them at arm's length at the moment. He's looking, you can see he's looking for the right hand, but he's not been reckless with it, Froch. He's trying to box his way close. His mind's on this job, okay.
Left hook. Concentration etched on Carl Froch's face. Not a bad start against the difficult Reid.
Okay. Come on, nice and sharp. Freeze it as well. 1-2 up. Double jab right hand. Yeah? Short and sharp inside, but remember he'll punch on the break and he'll look for the right hand over the top.
Walk him off, walk backwards, walk to the side and counter him. Sorry. Don't panic, man. Dropping your head down. Oh. 10 seconds. Go shoot. Right, come on, son. Hands up high now.
The wise, old venerable trainer Brian Hughes, who's been with Robin Reid since the beginning. And it's Robert McCracken, who's becoming an emerging trainer in Carl Froch's corner. This the second round. The session that Carl Froch dismantled Sergei Tatevosian in March in a terrific display of power punching. Will he do the same to Robin Reid, who's always had an iron chin until we saw him floored 4 times by Jeff Lacey in a IBF challenge that just didn't work out, Jim.
His mind wasn't on that job. I mean, he was training in the hotel corridors down at the pool, didn't even go to the gymnasium. I don't know what was in his mind that particular trip, but certainly didn't perform.
He's had a win since then over Jesse Brinkley. Tough American to give him the confidence.
Well, his tactics are pretty much what expected. He's just trying to draw Froch onto one of those right hands. He's messing him up close, not allowing him to work, trying to frustrate him. He'll just be hoping that eventually Froch will react to the crowd who are getting behind him. Yeah, there he goes. That's what we expect from him. Just he'll let the punches go in little bursts now and again. Can't expect him to fight at a pace.
The flashes from Reid, who doesn't have the speed of old. Trying to wait for the counter, Froch closing the ring down. It's sensible this, isn't it, from Carl Froch?
Yep, very patient. He's picking these shots, he's not in any hurry. And he's beginning to get control of the action. He's commanding the centre of the ring. He knows things are going to fall into place. And when fighters get to Reid's stage of the career, they tend to cut back on sparring. So they're not maybe sharp, especially in the early rounds of a fight, as they would want for punching on the break.
Start taking points, says Dave Paris. And Robin Reid had a couple taken off him in that fight with Jeff Lacey. He was about 12 points behind when he was pulled out by Brian Hughes at the end of the 7th.
A couple of solid attacks that Froch has mounted, Reid has struggled to cope with them. He's dipping his head, he's pulling away from the punches, losing sight of where they're coming from. So again, that suggests maybe timing at this stage of his career not as good as it should be. See, the tactics he's using, you need perfect timing.
Right hand for Froch, and Reid is hurt by that. Bundled to the floor in the second round. Dave Paris says no knockdown. There was a punch that hurt him before, and it's a sign that Froch is getting to Reid.
Big right hand certainly landed, but their feet did get tangled and they pulled each other over. I think it was a good call from the referee. And you can see how Froch really takes charge.
Stand there. Stay switched on, all right? Okay, a bit more Vaseline on that little mark. Cheers, Tom.
A calm corner. Robert McCracken. What about this?
They'll be perfectly happy. And there's a good solid right hand shot there. You saw it just catching him above the ear. That could have been called a knockdown. That was the first shot, then there was a more solid one. That really could have been called a knockdown, but when in doubt, then leave it out, and that's what the referee did. Fair enough.
Yeah, punches certainly landed. Here's the 3rd round. Carl Froch aiming to defend his British title. He's got the Lonsdale belt to keep. That's because of the win in this very session over Tony Dodson last year. Hoping to move upwards and onwards. Mandatory challenger for Christian Sanabia, the European holder. Must deal with Robin Reid, who will still be threatening is to keep him under control.
Well, Reid's attacks, he's lunging with them, which is a little bit of a hit and hope. He really has to be able to counter, but Froch is not making any mistakes. And I just wonder how sharp Reid's timing is to allow him to get the counters off when the chance arises.
Froch begins training in Nottingham, then goes down to London to work with Robert McCracken and the stable down there. Lee Meager, Lenny Dawes and so on.
Froch is dropping his hands again a little bit, which we've seen him do so often. See, well, when you're with lower opposition, you can pick up bad habits, but who's to say that they won't stick with you? When obviously you can do without them, but better now.
While there from Carl Froch, and Robin Reid shakes his right hand.
130 gone, 130.
I think he caught an elbow there. I don't know how much damage is done.
Again, Dave Paris has a word to clean it up. Well, he doesn't need his right hand or elbow to go, Reid, because that's his big weapon.
I think Dave Paris wants to catch fire. It's just a little bit untidy at the moment. This is better from Froch now.
Combinations beginning to rattle the body. Good jab as well, solid. Reid not as evasive as he once was. Looking strong here, Carl Froch, and beginning to find the rhythm.
Yeah, he's beginning to impose himself on Reid now. I think boxing to instructions probably the first couple of rounds. A cool head, just have a good look at Reid, find out what's going to work. And now he's beginning to put it into operation now. Putting punches together better, Froch, not just single shots.
Which has been one of the criticisms of Froch before. Too many single punches, flowing them together and aiming for the body, interestingly, as well of Reid. Testing the will and the stamina. Back comes Reid, though, with the left.
Yep, good solid left hook from Reid. He needed that because he is struggling at the moment.
Down he goes, crumpled in the corner, and this time Dave Paris does count. Robin Reid wants to sit down, but the count correctly administered by Dave Paris right at the end of that round.
Come, mate.
You're going to stop it, I'm telling you.
Bad moments for Reid.
Yeah, the biggest problem for Reid, he hasn't really come up with anything to worry Froch. It was just a glancing blow. I think Reid actually went down to avoid the following punches. He wasn't really caught with a solid shot. That was a glancing blow behind the ear, but there wasn't really a solid shot landed. I just think he found himself in a bad situation, and the only thing he could do to get out of trouble was go on the floor. That was a glancing shot, bit of power behind it, but certainly not a knockdown punch.
Jim, is this a repeat pattern of what happened when we were out in Tampa against Jeff Lacey?
Well, I can see a kind of loss of ambition in Reid's work now. He seemed up for it before the first bell sounded. He seemed to fancy the job, but Froch is boxing well, very controlled, and imposing himself on Reid gradually, just bit by bit, raising the pace, not allowing Reid to set anything up. Good shots there from Froch.
Silver and black trunks with Cobra, his nickname, Carl Froch. Robin Reid giving it an effort. A try, but he's being outsped. Outpunched in there by Froch, who is maintaining composure and delivering.
I mean, I think it's beginning at times to be evident we're looking at two men at different stages of career. Good right hand from Froch. He took it well. Bit more competitive in this round, Reid.
Trying to rediscover the old magic. Turns 37 in February, Robin Reid. He seems to have been around for so long. Such a great amateur too. But that reach, that jab is so hard for Reid to deal with.
See, Reid's problem too, he doesn't have the timing to slip punches, he's having to block them. And the power, even when he blocks them, the power of the shots are knocking him off balance. So there's no power in his counters. A good left uppercut there from Froch. Good work now from Froch.
Left of the body from Carl Froch. Just seemed a tad fleshy, I thought, when Robin Reid came into the ring around the midriff. Worked very hard, but it's been a struggle getting down to the 12-zone limit for so long and so many years. Carl Froch's mother, Carol, and his girlfriend, Fliss, on their feet over the other side of the ring, and there's the danger, there's the worry. Froch shakes his head, but was he hurt by that?
Well, that's the danger of pulling away with your left hand low, as it normally is with Carl Froch. He does have an excellent chin. I've never seen him in any kinds of trouble during his career. But that's exactly what his corner will be screaming about when he goes back, because everything else is spot on, apart from pulling away from punches with his left hand down.
When he moves forward, he doesn't give Reid the room. Froch turning it into a tear-up as well. He nods to him as if to say, I've got your number.
The best round of the fight, so there it goes again. Left leg just gave a little trip over.
Right from Robin Reid, and again he goes for it, and Froch is backed up. Terrific session, and Reid senses that maybe he can turn this around.
When you get closer, you've got to take that half a step closer to him, right?
Cold on the back of the neck.
Well, he's not out of this yet, Robin Reid.
Well, he had to come up with something because we're struggling badly, and he's done that, and he's done that in 3 different occasions in the previous round. 3 thumping shots, and this is again where Froch, his temperament lets him down. Everything's under control, and he makes it difficult for himself.
Froch just fiddling with his right leg. It was a bit of a reaction when a couple of those right hands came on, and he did hurt his knee in the build-up as well, Carl Froch. So keep an eye on that. He's had his problems with injuries. Ruptured hands, biceps, and knee trouble, which was sorted out in between the Tatavosian fight and tonight.
See, Froch has the same job to do again now, get Reid back under control, but Reid's confidence will be a little bit higher because he's landed some decent shots and he got a bit of an effect from them.
It's the round and the very ring that Carl Froch dealt with Ruben Grudevall in a challenge for the Commonwealth title that Froch did hold. Turns to his corner, Carl Froch, not as happy.
So this is kind of untidy action now, which suits Robin Reid. Good job from Reid. Reid's certainly warming to the task, a lot more confidence in his work now.
Some marking up as well under the left eye of Froch. Right hand is the punch that Reid just tries to land, but also the left hook has done damage over the years.
Well, again, Froch not thinking about defence, thinking about his own punches. Clipped a couple of times again. Reid looking a bit more compact, a bit more solid. Coming forward, which he wasn't allowed to do in the early rounds. Those punches look good at the back of the hall, but Reid blocked them.
Yeah, good defence there from Reid. So many rounds of boxing over the years. This number 266 for Reid. He's been in with them all. Accuracy there from Froch, but not as confident and not as arrogant with his work and his demeanour, Froch. Oh, has to go down there. Robin Reid takes one knee and accepts the count. A single shot, says he's okay, and that's a turnaround.
I think he lost the count there. He almost let himself be counted out on the knee there, but that was a beautiful punch.
And now Froch follows up. Well, that will give him the drive again. Just a quieter spell earlier in the round. But Reid down second time legitimately in the fight. And Froch now knows he has the power.
No, you're going to get hurt. Well, OK, all right, it's down to you then.
Put it on me. Put it on.
It's only the fifth.
Right, one more then.
Have a drink.
One more.
He's going to stop him.
He says Robin Reid in the corner.
Come on.
Robin, if you
But
get
he's
stopped, you
worried.
won't be able to live that down. If I stop it, there will be.
I don't think there's going to be much more.
No, I'm sorry to hear that. I think that was a last-ditch effort we've just seen from Robin Reid. I think he gave it everything he had in that round. He had a decent round until the knockdown. But we hear him saying in the corner, one more. But that was a beautifully delivered right-hand lead, bang on the chin. Shook him up badly. Still had the presence of mind to go onto the knee, not to take any further damage.
Reid,
but it looks like it's over.
I think he's going to be pulled out. He's retired. That's it. Carl Froch gets the win. 18th knockout, 22 straight victories. Robin Reid pulled out on his stool, and Carl Froch is still the British super middleweight champion. And now he moves on to European and hopefully world class.
Yeah, and the super middleweight division could become wide open in the very near future, so hopefully Carl Froch will get a chance for one of the titles early new year, because he is more than ready for it. Maybe not the finish he would have liked. I think he obviously proved who was the better man, but Robin Reid came out, gave it one last throw in the dice, but he realised it wasn't enough and called it off on his stool. So fair enough, doesn't owe us any favours. He's had a long, hard career, a lot of glorious nights. Don't expect we'll see him in the ring again.
Youth, accuracy, timing and ambition, the difference.
Yeah, but it was just, I said earlier, two fighters who looked at different stages of career, and that was the difference. Froch has it all ahead of him, Robin Reid has it all behind him, and that was the big difference in the exchanges.
Well done, Carl Froch.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round number 5, referee Dave Paris has accepted the retirement of Robin Reid due to Robin having sustained an injury to the right shoulder. Therefore, your winner, he's still undefeated and still the super middleweight champion of Great Britain from Nottingham, Carl the Cobra Froch.
Well, nearly 6,000 fans on their feet there, celebrating Carl Froch, still the British super middleweight champion. We'll be hearing from him next. We'll get the thoughts of Nicky and Johnny as well. We'll be counting down to Ricky Hatton against Floyd Mayweather, plus the second title fight of the evening. Unbeaten, John Murray goes in search of the English lightweight title against the rough, tough Dean Hickman.
The second of it.
Well, it was a classy, composed performance from Carl Froch. Still the British super middleweight champion after former world champ Robin Reid retired after 5 rounds. And the winner is ringside with Ed
Carl,
Robinson.
Reid pulled out after 5 rounds. Was that the performance you were hoping for?
Yeah, it was a great performance by myself. Obviously, I was easing into it. I've not boxed for 7 months, so that's a comeback fight for me after a big knee operation. I was hoping on getting more rounds in. That's why I was sort of pacing myself, taking my time, just trying to get the range with a jab and just feel what he had and just take a couple of his digs. It might sound silly, but I wanted to block and move around and work on stuff because Robin Reid's a world-class operator. He's obviously past his best. I'm not under any illusions that he's at his best. He's not. But he's had 10 weeks training for this fight. And he's come here well prepared and hungry to take this British title belt off me. And it was my job to stop him from doing that, which I did.
Did the veteran teach you any tricks in there?
he was keeping his range nicely. He's got a low left like myself, and he's got a good range. But to be honest, I mean, I consider myself world class now. I'm number one with the WBC. I'm on Joe Kawasaki's tail at the minute. I want to get a fight with him. That's a big fight for me. I mean, I've even made it public. I'm prepared to step up to light heavyweight to take that fight with Kawasaki. I really am. But that was a good fight for me. I mean, like I said, 7 months off and a knee operation. It's hard work getting back in there, and I was taking my time, and I did want more rounds in the belt. I wanted to get more rounds in. It's a shame he pulled out, but I hurt him a couple of times. The first time he was down, I hit him with a flush shot. I seen his legs go, and I mean, the referee didn't count the knockdown. It's very difficult for the referee to see it at the angle he was at. But that was a knockdown. He was getting hurt in there and bust up. So I'm happy with that performance. Overall performance, it was good. 7-month layoff, good comeback fight with a top operator. He's a world-class operator, Reid is. No one's done that to him like I did in there. So I'm going to go home tonight very happy man.
Well done tonight.
Goes home a happy man, and Nicky and Johnny deserves it. It was a classy performance, Nicky.
Yeah, it was. It showed a bit more experience tonight too. As he said, and our commentator said, he started very slowly, taking his time. He knew he was in with a big puncher, and he worked his man out. And I thought it was a really, really good performance. You know, some clean, crisp, powerful hitting tonight.
What impressed you, Johnny?
His patience, his composure, accuracy. He wasn't overawed at all by getting in there with Robin Reid. He knew exactly what he had in front of him, and he was just nice and clinical about his work. Even when he got tagged now and again, he just kept the pressure on. He wasn't intimidated whatsoever. That right hand, it was like a piston, right on the mark, and that was the beginning of the end. He knew every time he hit him, he hurt him. He knew the shots were accurate. He knew the speed. Reid couldn't deal with the speed of youth, what he had, and he had that ring freshness in it.
But Reid did come back strongly and gave a last effort in the 4th round, big rally, and landed a few good right hands. A sign of the weakness we were talking about earlier. You know, Froch admits he carries his left hand low. He's comfortable that way, but he really has to be careful against big punching operators. But in the 5th round, you know, he put the pressure back on and got the stoppage.
And I think what we saw here, Robin Reid knew he had not got the fight left, the anger and the pace left of what he used to have in his heyday. So he was smart enough that when he got hurt, he went down on one knee and thought, this is too much for me. And in the corner, he knew he wasn't fooling himself whatsoever. He thought it was his last hurrah.
Where does he look next then, Nicky? European level, perhaps?
Possibly European level. You know, he's contending over the European title, but he's also number 2 in the IBF rankings, and that champion, you know, will be his big target. I think the other titles are probably not available yet, but there's a lot for him to aim at.
Lucien Boutte, that is, and a legitimate target for him now.
And I think it's a title he can win. I think it's a title he can grasp with both hands easily, and it will elevate him onto that world stage where people will recognise how good Froch actually is.
He is actually very, very good.